Now it's recording. Let me back this
Is this
up.
thing on? Yo.
We're back.
Are we? Because we've been back like 11 times.
We're not gonna worry about that. The past is the past. You be focused on the past too much.
We've been back like 11 times. Oh no, we posted last month. That's our last video, actually. So we're not too far.
Our last video was saying that our last video was our last video. Anyway,
why are you trying to? Excuse me.
y'all see how she just can't. Well, y'all can't see what's going on right here, but she got her leg all on me like that. Anyway, y'all just coming into the conversation. So we're gonna stop trying to like plan these videos, and when we start a conversation, we're just gonna turn the camera on, and y'all can join in and drop your comments and all that down below. What's up, YouTube? It's your favorite couple back in the building.
Back in the build. How does mic sound? Because
just...
it's real close. That was too close, wasn't it?
I mean, I could turn it down. Worst case scenario.
I'm sorry.
So we were just here having a conversation about being new parents.
Yeah.
And
managing
all this
time.
stuff. Yeah, doing everything that we did before, but also having to take care of
Micah and being present.
Being present.
That's the word.
Of the day.
Yeah, I think present and having grace, because he says I'm too hard on myself. So giving myself 100%. Grace.
I feel like, I don't know if this is the same for all first-time moms, but she feels so responsible, overly responsible for taking care of.
I gotta get my hair done.
I'll just say in general, taking care of him.
I got a tan. You got a tan too.
Anyway, she feels overly responsible for taking care of him, like when it comes to feeding him, bathing him, clothing him, getting him ready to leave.
I don't think overly responsible.
Putting him to sleep.
I'm gonna say present.
Right, present. That's the word we're going to use.
Present.
And I was basically telling her like, yo, you don't have to feel like you got to do everything. Like I do step in sometimes and just kind of take over. But when it comes to like him, we are on camera.
I know.
And they can hear you clear. Well, I mean, it wouldn't really matter whether we had.
Okay, but you acted like one of us would have had busted out in the song anyway. It was just me this time.
Daddy needs this case, so please don't break it. No, you can have it. No, you can have the rubber part.
You want this? What's this?
No, absolutely not. That is plastic. That is for the mics.
Oh.
You can play with that. Thank you.
But yeah, no, so I do feel like maybe it's just the nurturing part, like, or mommy instinct or something. I don't know.
That's on one side of it. The other side of it is like her not doing the things that she used to, as far as like, well, no, she kind of still does, but not full force. Like, yeah,
that's true.
Going to get her nails done and having the girls' day out, and obviously, you know, date nights are a little different now.
Yeah.
But even when we go out on date nights, it's like she can't fully focus on, and I probably said this before, it sounds like I said it before, enjoying herself.
Yeah.
She's like constantly, the last movie we went to go see,
all right,
she checked her phone every 20 minutes.
It was not every 20 minutes.
You checked your phone 5 times.
It was a 2-hour movie, so I think I did good.
So 2 hours, 120 minutes.
That is every 5 minutes, 20 minutes, isn't it?
Just about. Anyways.
You see how you did good? That was like, that's like 20 minutes. Exactly, actually. It didn't feel like 20 minutes, but.
Like I was saying.
That's true. Even when I go for like, to lunch dirty, or, son. No, Micah. To dinner or lunch with my cousin or, yeah, I'd still be checking in.
It's like, so we also had a conversation where it came to like, if I asked her like, babe, you need help doing that? And she was telling me like, oh, instead of, they could hear that too. Instead,
okay, baby.
Why did you take the rubber away? The rubber was like,
I didn't. You dropped it.
Quiet.
You dropped it. Here.
When it comes to like all the things it takes to take care of a little guy, instead of asking her, she's like, oh, I just want you to do it. And that became a whole discussion because it was like, well, why can't you just say yes? Like if I ask, like clearly, if it's the middle of the night and we're kind of past the point of like going to get a bottle in the middle of the night, she kind of just will roll over and be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I think we had this conversation with one of my best friends, and it was like to the point where it feels like you have to ask me a question. The energy it takes to ask, you can just do it. I don't have to micromanage. Or it feels like we're micromanaging.
I don't got no, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't pump as I should, especially because I'm about to start
that is
going back to work.
Back to when he was like 3 months.
What,
and
pumping?
He was still taking the bottle.
He still takes the bottle.
You still take a bottle, son? Or you take a nipple? He takes a nipple. That was more so referring back to when he was like 3 months. But when it comes to doing whatever, it's just like
baby.
I've gotten into the habit of just doing it because she said asking her and saying yes makes her feel like she has to micromanage.
Yeah.
Which I understand in a way, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, feel free to do stuff or ask for help or to not do stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like she will take everything on herself. So
and I don't need
I have to mentally be like, let me take over and do this. So a lot of times I'll come home and it's like, all right, boom. I got him from the time I get home to the time that he goes to sleep. Unless he starts screaming and he's not wanting to take his bottle, then she'll step back in. But for the most part, it's like maybe I'll come home, take him on a stroller, take him on a bike ride, do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And for the people that heard bike rides, like, how do you take him on a bike ride? We got like a little
They saw the last one, right?
No,
they didn't see that in any video that I'm talking about.
No, I
they
might
saw
put
us
the
go for a
clip
walk
in
though.
real quick. So like I was pulling him behind me and she was riding on a bike and I was taking a video of him behind me like, oh, look what we doing. She tried taking a video.
I tried to be like him, whatever.
And all I heard was,
oh, I'm sorry, can y'all hear that?
When I turn around. Yeah, she was on the ground. I'm like, yo, what
definitely
happened?
fell.
I just turned around. Anyway, so yeah, when I get home, it's kind of like, all right, daddy time. But, what are you doing? Oh, he's taking up a lot of our time, which is also a reason why these videos ain't been coming out. Recording ain't necessarily hard. It's more so just sitting down because we have conversations every day. We talk a lot, probably more than your average couple.
All the time. We be talking. Never mind.
She was about to say something off the wall.
No, it wasn't. I was gonna say we be talking in our sleep, but that's too much.
I'm gonna cut that part out. Anyway, but yeah, it's just something about like having to sit down and sit in front of the phone and have the same conversation that's like jarring. Nah, I couldn't think of the word.
I was about to say, I feel like
it's so simple to do.
Shout out
your cousin?
No.
What are we talking about?
No, someone recently posted a video and I feel like that just re-inspired us to start posting again.
Oh no, it didn't really re-inspire me. I just realized like, okay, we started in January. Mm-hmm. It's been 6 months. I mean, we put out some videos, but we fell off heavily. And it was mainly due to like the editing style, and initially we were trying to like do things to keep y'all entertained, but we're us, so y'all gonna be entertained anyway.
Regardless. Yeah.
So yeah, and all the games and stuff fell off. I mean, we'll still try to do that, but
can y'all still hear?
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh,
it's a magnet. That means I can hold it. Okay, I'll hold it. Is that too close? Wait, is it off now?
This is the mic. One of these is the mic.
My bad. Can y'all still hear me?
But yeah, it's just a matter of like sitting down and pressing record. We're gonna have these conversations anyway, so y'all just gonna be third party in our conversations, and that's gonna be that.
So the last time we posted, we did Dreamville. We went to somebody else's concert.
Why you?
SZA and Kendrick.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff.
Somebody just had a
we gotta
birthday.
give him something to do.
I did. Oh wait, you can't play with that. You can play with that. We went Wild. He just had a birthday last weekend.
Yeah.
I was about to say your age, but I ain't gonna do it like that. He getting old, bro.
Anyway,
Just kidding.
but yeah, that's kind of gonna be our video style. We do got some. Did we say it in the last video?
What?
We may have said it in the last video. We do go and record in our apartment clubhouse.
So you might see a different.
It's like
scenery.
a little different scenery. I might edit. I was supposed to edit that last time.
I don't think you can hear that one though.
You can.
We were testing out the mic.
It don't matter. It's still content.
We were testing out the mics.
It was a good conversation too.
Yeah.
But
We had a lot of great conversations.
mainly just
wait,
to
sorry.
get some content out. I mean, they could still hear you on both
If
of
you know
these.
how to put it down.
Yeah. Mainly to get content out is going to be this.
Yeah.
Just because he's not always going to be working with us.
Which is fine.
We got some where, did we post anywhere we took a walk? I don't think so.
Yeah,
But we
we did.
also,
That was the last one.
oh, well, while we were walking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either going to be here, taking a walk, or it might be in the clubhouse.
And I'll be returning back to work soon, so maybe I'll see like a get ready with me or something, or a morning routine.
That's going to be on her
I'll do it.
personal,
Yeah.
or it could be on our page. I don't really care. Y'all, what y'all want to see? We keep asking y'all that.
Somebody said a rap battle.
A rap battle? Oh, you're finito. It's over with.
I know.
It was
So
over
I
before it
already know.
started.
Yeah. Whatever.
Nah, I ain't been in the booth in a minute.
In the lab. You have been.
Not really.
Yes. Thank you.
What was the other part that we were talking about?
Thank you so much, handsome.
Well, we
Thank
kind of
you.
went over it, but it was you just doing the things that you enjoyed.
Yeah.
I was basically saying as far as like I still go and I work out. I still, well, kind of have to, but there are still other things that I do. Like clearly I don't play the game as much anymore.
Yeah, you do.
We don't watch TV as much. She doesn't really want him watching TV, so that has slowed down. And date night is not really the same as far as like, because we
We
usually
haven't
go.
had a date night since we went to go. Oh, well, we just went to the movies.
I was about to say, what are you talking? Mommy brain. That's what we're gonna blame it on.
We did just go to the movies.
But date night hasn't really been the same just because of the time management with him.
Yeah.
Also, like, well, not
So it's
necessarily
like,
finding.
we
It's
either
usually the
gotta
same
do-
people that watches him.
We either gotta do movies or go to dinner.
Movie and a
Can't really
dinner.
do- no,
When we do
because we
other
can't
stuff,
really
it's
do
usually
both
like a group
anymore.
activity.
Yeah, I was gonna say we really can't do both anymore.
I mean, we can, but by that point, she's already ready to. I want to go see my baby. Like, bro, we just seen him 2 hours ago. He's alright. Promise you. I wanted to give them some content though. I didn't want to just come up here and be like, oh yeah, this is what our plan is, and then be going for another month. Like,
I mean, we kind of, but it was just a continuation of the conversation that we literally just had. Like,
how do you feel like, or how do you feel like, what do you feel like can improve, as far as like getting back to feeling like yourself? What do you think you would need?
from you or just in general?
I mean, for me in general, like I'm saying, because you're saying because of him, you feel like there's a lot more pressure on you, and it is, but it stops you from.
I wouldn't
guess-
say it stops me.
Not stops you, but it. So we basically said before him, obviously it was just 100% us,
Thank you.
and then
Thank you
when
so
he's
much.
here,
Thank you
it's
so
like a 90-10, where it's like it's 90% focus on him, or 80-20.
Yeah, that's what it's
80% focus on him and 20% focus on anything else, and that goes into her wanting to be present. And then when he's not around, I would think that it would flip to like an 80-20 or 20-80, but it's more so like a 40-60, where it's like she's 60% present for date night, 60% present for whatever it is going on at the moment, and still 40% of her is like, I gotta check in on him, I gotta call, is he crying, you know, it's around the time that he feeds. It's like she can't ever really fully, and I guess as parents you won't, but I feel like for me it's easier for me to be a parent, but then also when I know my kid is good. It's only when, I mean, he's only been with his grandmother and his aunts. I kind of am like, okay, I know he's good, he's in good hands. Like, I can go and enjoy myself with whatever activity it is. I don't really harp too much on if he's being taken care of or not.
Yeah.
But also it's like, well, she's about to go back to work, and that's going to be a whole nother scenario that we have to figure out as far as like, all right, who's going to watch him for this, it's basically 10-hour period while we leave and go to work and then come back.
Yeah.
Which is kind of also why I was like, yo, we need to get back on track, because it's going to be much harder with, and that's kind of why the conversation started, because I'm like, yo, I come home now and it's already a task in my mind to like, I got to come home, I got to try to, you know, clean up something, I got to straighten up. Like before I go to work in the morning, I'll wake up early and I'll try to straighten up the living room, the kitchen, so that when she comes out, she kind of got like a fresh scenery to start work.
And that
it's
helps
not like,
a lot.
It's not a lot on her plate to worry about when she comes out here to work, because she already got to work and take care of the baby. But when we're both going to work and we both come home and we got to take care of the kid, and we, at that point, it's like, it's going to be different for her, because I'm used to going to work and coming home and getting a couple hours before it's like, all right, he's asleep and then I got to go back to work in the morning. For her, it's going to be different because she's been spending all day, all night with him.
24.
So I feel like it's going to affect her differently, and having to deal with that change while also walking in the house and it's like, oh, we got dishes. Oh, we got stuff on the couch.
Yeah.
It's just, I would rather try to get a grasp on that. And then also like making content was our goal for this year.
Yeah.
So for us to not really be on track with that, in tune with making content, recording a video, doing slight editing and then posting it, it's like, that's going to be too much of a change to also be trying to get back on track with this.
Yeah.
So,
but we're going to do it. I want to commit to it.
I cleared off the counter and I set the phone up and I said, let's recording.
Do it. Yeah. And I'm glad. Yeah. I was say I'm glad that you, I was thinking about what you said about when I come out to a like clean living room and fresh environment, because your environment, it's weird because like
I'll be a couple minutes late to work every day.
I feel like because your environment affects kind of how you work essentially, or at least for me.
That's also why I'll be trying to tell you to get out the house.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it'd be full weeks, like Monday to Sunday, and she ain't left the house. That can't be healthy. Like, that cannot be healthy. And then it's like,
I do. I leave the house, I promise. I go to the grocery store.
Right. To then come back and cook and try to clean and do all this other stuff. I'm like, yo.
But I enjoy these things, though.
No, you don't. I asked her the other night, and I'm like, because it's like in her mind that she has to, and it's funny, we had a conversation with her cousin, and I said,
shout out to you, girl. That was a great night. We should have recorded that night.
We did record. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little heated.
We did record?
I've recorded like an hour of it.
That was a great conversation.
Not the last hour. We was up to like 3 a.m. But
yeah, we went to sleep at like 4 a.m.
What? Anyway, I said that I always feel under pressure because it's like, she's home, she's working, she's taking care of the baby, she's still trying to cook, clean, do all of these things. And it's like, in the back of my mind, it's always like, it's not that I have to be in line with her, try to one-up her, but I always feel like I can't slack. She's not slacking. She's not letting up. So I gotta clean when I get home. I gotta try to do the dishes on the weekend. I gotta try to do the laundry. I gotta, every once in a while, clean out her car, which she don't really drive like that anyway. But clean her car, take it through the car wash, go get gas, make sure it's good, check AC.
So wait, now that you're saying this out loud, do you feel like you're putting that pressure on you? Because I'm not saying that we both don't I don't want to say require things from each other, because we do in a way. We both have expectations for each other, so
it's like
but I don't ask.
Not an outer body thing. I can't think of how to describe it, but it's like I know in my head that I'm doing my part because I force myself to feel, or not even that I force myself to feel like I'm not, but just watching everything that you do makes me feel like I should do more. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things I said. It's kind of like a humbling thing to know that I'm doing what I need to be doing, but also still feel like I'm not.
Well, I was gonna say that I feel the same for you. Like, I see you wake up early and cleaning and still gotta go to work and then come home. There's still be working, technically.
It's weird because in the same way that you say, like, cooking and cleaning and taking care of him and doing all these things makes you happy.
Yeah, it does.
From my eyes, it looks like work.
No,
not work,
these things
like,
I enjoy. I mean, obviously, I don't like clocking. I'm thankful for my job, but like that's the thing I would take out. Like, I'm very thankful for the job I have.
Yeah.
But if I could, in a way, like subtract that, I think I would be,
But the reason why I'm saying this is because when we talked about it the other night, I asked you, I was like, I forget what the exact question was, but I was basically like, do you like cooking, or why do you like cooking so much, or something along the lines of that.
You did, and I said,
and you said it's not that you like cooking, but
true. I enjoy feeding my family. Yeah.
Feeding your family, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I understand that to an extent because it's like,
you don't like. You do like building stuff, but
I also feel like I had a couple different love languages, but I feel like acts of service is one of the things that makes me feel like I'm doing my part.
Yes. Okay. Wait. So are we gonna talk about love languages? Have we told?
I mean, that's not where I was going with it, but
okay.
I'm just saying, as far as like we were saying, like, okay.
Oh, I got a question for you.
What would make it easier for you to get back to yourself?
That was your question.
But you're saying that everything that you're doing is somewhat not. It's like you're adapting to it.
Yeah, it's
but at the same time, I still see the wear that it has on you.
Okay, so
how do we target that so the wear is not as much?
I would say grace. Give me grace. Meaning,
explain.
If I don't want to go to the gym, even though I probably should go to the gym. I probably should go, not even just go to the gym. I probably should go for a walk when you ask. If it's one of those days where it's like, I don't really feel like going for a walk.
I mean, you don't. And you don't.
And I don't. But don't hold that against me.
I don't hold it against you.
I feel like
what? So earlier I came in and I went to go get my package, and I came back, and when I went to go get my package, I'm about to come up to the gym because he was taking a nap at the time. I was like, I'm about to come to the gym, but then I came back,
and this was really,
and I asked her, I'm like,
I was so thankful
I had a thought, like, yo, I'm about to just go to the gym, my son is asleep, whatever. But it's also like we got clothes folded on the couch right now, we got stuff hanging in the bedroom, like we're in the midst of cleaning, and as I had that thought, I'm like, dang, that's kind of selfish to just be like, oh, she can keep cleaning, my son's asleep, I'm gonna go to the gym and work on me. So I came back,
thankful that you asked.
And I'm like, yo, I had this thought, I was gonna go to the gym, but do you wanna go? And I did say gym, but I kind of meant like, do you just wanna get out? Do you wanna have time to yourself? And I said, do you wanna go out? Do you wanna go to the gym? Do you wanna do whatever? Because I don't feel like you get that time a lot.
And it was just the thought that counts in that moment. Like, I actually appreciate you coming back upstairs, asking me, even if you didn't in the gym, but like just asking me. I think that also, just considering how I might feel, even though I might change daily, obviously, but just having that consideration to come back upstairs where there's a possibility I might say no, I don't want to go, but it was just asking.
Or if
made
you
me
go to
actually
yoga, it's expensive.
Okay, wait, no, I have a question, and maybe we can end with this, because I know you said you didn't want to talk about love languages, but
I mean, we can.
since we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary, my love, do you feel as though you have the same love language? Which you can tell the people what your love language is, but do you feel like it's the same?
I feel like it's different. I feel like it's changed. I don't know what it was before necessarily.
Yours, quality time.
Not off the top of my head. Yeah, but it's also like you have a different love language that you give than what you receive.
Correct.
So for me, I feel like I receive quality time for sure, but I feel like the love language that I give to show my love is acts of service.
And I feel like now in this season of my life, I think acts of service is like a top one for me right now.
To receive?
Yes.
But I also
giving, I feel like is quality time actually. Where it's, and I don't know if.
I feel like it's a split between that and acts of service, because from my perception, it's like you do so much that like quality time, it's kind of like, yeah, I would say it's a split, because you try to, like, in between cooking, cleaning, taking care of him, doing these other things, it's like you still, it's very limited, but you still try to make time at the end of the night when he goes to bed for us to stay up, watch movies, or do
that's
whatever.
what I was saying. I think but acts of service,
I would say in unconsciously, it's acts of service. You're doing these things because you feel like you have to, and it's just you go into this mommy, mother, wife mode. Yeah. But then consciously, it's like
I want to make sure that we have time for me and you, as far as quality time. So yeah, I agree with that. It used to be words of affirmation was my love language, but that
for me, for right now, I mean, it's been this, but it could change. It's definitely acts of service. Yeah. Like, and that's across the board. That's not just you. That's like everybody. That's why, like, I'm the guy to call on when you need something fixed. Yeah. Hey, can you do my brakes? Can you change my wheels? Can you come build these shelves? Can you?
And just like you said that, not that you don't like doing those things, you like being dependent on. Everybody likes being dependable.
So it does get to a point where I think.
Where are you going?
It's kind of like, I wouldn't say love hate necessarily, but I feel like when I can't do something, if I can't figure it out, or if I just don't have time to do it, or if, you know, I was making time and it just wasn't quick enough, in my head, it's like, dang, I failed. It's like, I didn't do it. It's a little clip. It's like, dang, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But then also, I have to realize in that even if that is my love language, to give and receive, to feel like I'm doing my part, or to feel like I'm showing love, it gets to a point sometimes where I'm like, dang, like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this service. I don't want to do this.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It is okay. And that's another thing I feel like in this season I actually enjoyed saying.
What you got to do with that? Not
saying I use Micah as an excuse, but now I really can be like, oh no, I gotta go home. I gotta pump. I gotta feed Micah. No, I can't go out right now. Somebody gotta watch Micah. Like
yeah.
That is my thing. And actually, what is that?
I'm watching them.
It's okay to say no though.
Yeah.
And don't feel guilty about it, because you do so much.
Also,
for everybody.
I mean, going along with the whole vlogging thing, I'm kind of like jumping around, but yeah. Another thing that's been on my mind is not that I feel like they're broken promises, but you know what I've been trying to do. Like, okay, so over the years, I taught myself how to trade. Over the years, the biggest thing that is like most important in trading is like psychology, and that has been my battle. So it's like the money that I've made has been up and down. It stops at times because I'm like, I just get into this mood where I'm like, yo, this is taking too long. This is taking way too long. I should be further ahead than where I am. And then also realizing that my passion for trading, it has kind of put everything else on the back burner. There's so many other skills and things that I have where it's like, I'm pretty sure if I have put more effort and time into it, that it could have flourished. It could have become something. I'm very good with my hands. I'm good with woodworking. And it's just other things like mountain TV is just small stuff that I'm pretty sure I can turn into something that helps what I'm trying to do. Like, yeah, I have a passion for trading, but I got into trading because I'm like, ooh, I want to make money. I want this to be my base. It could be a stepping stone to other things, but it's like I want this to be my base. And the fact that I was putting everything else all for this and it's taking so long, that it kind of, that's another thing that kind of keeps me humble, because the job that I work out now, I have a lot of freedom to do certain things. And I've not gone to other jobs that could have possibly given me more money or whatever because of trading. I'm like, I have the freedom ability, to do certain things that can help me in trading through this job. So I'm like, I'm comfortable here. But I also have to recognize that, like, it is pushing everything else back. And that puts me in the mindset of like, I feel like I could have been further in life. I feel like we could have been financially better. Like, I mean, there are things that I wanted to do over the years that just the deadline for it just kept getting pushed back to, whereas when it comes to simple stuff like, okay, coming home and spending time with my son, it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, I wish I had more free time. Yeah. I wish I could be home. I wish I could, tell my wife, like, go ahead, quit your job. Like, we good.
Oh, Lord, I received that. No, I received that. But I also want you to know that there's a fine line between, of course, not, what's the word? Getting comfortable, which I don't feel like you're comfortable. In the aspect of, you could have definitely had opportunity to get another job. But
knowing that my kid isn't wanting for anything.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable because
there's so much
a lot more that I want.
Correct. And I
not just material wise, but like just freedom wise.
Yeah.
Everything kind of falls under that. But like, yeah, obviously I would want to have, and the truck that I have now, I love that truck. I love it.
Yeah.
But
and that was a gift.
It was a gift.
Both of our cars
after
were
we took that other truck up to Jersey, I'm like, ooh.
Both of our, and that's another thing too, is like, in that, like, we both were blessed with cars from our parents. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people can say that. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to take that for granted, like, at all. But I also understand that the ambition that you have is, it's going to take us where we want to be.
100%,
but also just know that it's okay. You're exactly where you're supposed to be also.
And I had this conversation with my sister, and I was like, it keeps me humble because I have thoughts like, yo, I'll be looking at some of my cousins and other family members and friends even, and I'm like looking at their situations and thinking to myself, like, yo, where would I be? And it's hard to not know. Like, it's like, where would I be if there were certain pivotal points in my life where I took the other route? Or certain points in my life where it's like, I didn't get that opportunity. That opportunity didn't fall in my lap. How would that have affected my trajectory? But then I had to stop while like having this thought and having this conversation on the phone. and be like, but I still would have taken the better opportunity. Whatever it was going to set me up for, you know, whatever path that would have led me down. Ooh, baby, you okay? You fell forward.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, baby. Get the mic. Little intermission, y'all. Alright, y'all. Quick little intermission. He fine though.
Okay.
What was I saying?
You still would have chosen that route.
Right. So, and that's like another humbling thought to be like, dang, like if things weren't in my favor, it's like hard to be outside of the situation that I lived and say that things could have went the other way because you really just don't know. But I'm like,
as in what?
The other way, as in like I didn't get that job interview because I didn't interview for this job. They kind of just called me in.
I didn't interview for my job either.
So it's like, where would I be if I didn't land that?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be in the manager position that I'm in now. So it's like, how would that have affected my mindset when we found out that we were pregnant?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I'm not set up for this right now. Like how would that have changed my trajectory? What would I have done or been willing to do to make sure my kid can eat?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a humbling thought to know that like,
you're exactly where you
I could have been somewhere way different than where I am right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still got me here.
Yeah. And you're grateful that
like I still took advantage of. I could have got that call and be like, I don't really want to work there. That don't sound like a place I would work. So it's like, yeah. I mean, y'all get what I'm saying.
Exactly where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Whoever you are.
Right.
Whoever's watching you, you're exactly where you need to be, where you're supposed to be.
So y'all remember, like, yeah, things may not have been in your favor, but it's still in your control.
I was gonna say,
that makes
things
sense?
might not be in your control, but it is in your favor.
No, because everything might not be in your favor.
But it is in a way.
I'm saying control is like, obviously you can't control the situation, but you can control how you adapt to it.
Yeah.
Like, I've had jobs I had to leave for health concerns. I've had jobs that I got fired from. I had jobs that I quit because it just wasn't good for me. All of those are decisions that I made. I could have stayed at that job and just stuck it out. Like where I'm at now, I stuck it out even though I felt that what I was doing and what I was getting paid and you know, whatever was going on wasn't necessarily in my favor or fair to me, but I stuck it out, and now I'm in the position where I am now where it's like, okay, my kid can eat, my bills are paid, I can go on trips.
Okay.
Why you doing all that? Be nice.
Thank you, son.
But it's like not every single thing was in my favor. People were telling me to leave my job at certain points.
You want to leave your job at certain points.
Right. So it's like, but I made the decision to stay, and because of that, it ended up being in my favor. There are people that told me like, yo, you should stop trading. Like, that's a scam, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I joined that company that everybody said, yo, it's that, and it's not even a company no more. But it's like certain things that I went through in my life is like, it didn't look favorable until it was. So that's the control that I'm talking about. Yes, you can't control the situation, but you can somewhat control the outcome depending upon how you perceive it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the favorite part.
Right.
Yeah.
So just remember that, y'all.
Just remember
Not
that.
everything is going to be in your favor, but work it out. Make it in your favor. Figure it out.
Yeah.
That goes with anything.
With anything. And you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Exactly where you're supposed to be. If you wasn't, then you wouldn't. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying.
Right.
Where we at? Yeah, 39 minutes going off on the beat.
All right, so next video will be whenever we post it.
It's gonna be tomorrow. We had conversations every day, yo. This content.
It's gonna be tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to feel. I feel like when I set the tone or say like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. If it doesn't happen, then I go into that state of like, well, we already missed it, so it don't matter when we post. And then that ends up being 3 weeks later. So it's gonna be whenever we drop, but hopefully it's tomorrow.
Hopefully it's tomorrow.
We talk every day.
Every day.
Right, son?
Hour. We talk all the time. We probably do talk more than regular.
Man, listen, if y'all enjoyed the video, y'all enjoyed the conversation, y'all enjoyed
Send it to a friend, to a friend, to a friend.
the counter taps. Make sure y'all
Don't
like.
I'm just kidding.
She be hating, bro. Like,
I'm just kidding.
make sure y'all like. Help us want to keep making this content. We gonna keep making it anyway, so. But
Help
it's
us
just,
get to 1,000.
yeah, I mean,
We only got
help us get to
6
1,000
months left.
subscribers. Send it to somebody.
Send it
Like,
to a friend, to a
comment,
friend, to a friend.
subscribe, share, all of the
Share.
above.
Comment.
It don't
like.
cost you nothing but a couple extra seconds. You know what I mean?
Send to a friend, to a friend.
To a friend, to a friend, to a friend.
To a cousin. To a
Right,
cousin.
son?
To a cousin.
You alright, baby? He's fine, y'all. Promise. But yeah, we're gonna try to keep making this content for y'all. We just want to share
So we can start
our
being what's the word?
our journey, our life.
What they call that when you hit 1,000 subscribers?
I don't know. I don't know the word. But yeah, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.